Welcome back to Close Up. The First in the Nation campaign trail is busy and bustling here in New Hampshire, so let's take a look at some of our recent visits. Senator Elizabeth Warren headlined a major fundraiser for the Democrats before taking her new pitch for universal child care to the Lakes region. She made a stop in Laconia, which has been like a magnet for the candidates so far this cycle. She also held events in Plymouth and in Nashua. This was our first opportunity to speak to Senator Warren about her friend and colleague, Senator Bernie Sanders, jumping into the race. Even though they'll be mining the same progressive vein of voters, she didn't have much to say about how she and the Vermont senator will navigate their new shared reality.
The way I look at it is it gives us a chance to talk about more ideas. You know, right now, the Democrats are out there talking about how we want to make change and the kind of change we want to make. Democrats are the party of ideas, and that's pretty exciting.
Things are staying positive on that front for now. Senator Sanders has exhorted his followers to remain civil, but we'll see how that works out, particularly on social media. California Congressman Eric Swalwell was back for another visit, and although he has not formally launched a campaign, he is sounding very much like a candidate. Swalwell did Politics and Eggs, saying it's time for Democrats to be bold and go big in 2020. Last weekend, he also spoke at a House party in Merrimack, where Democrats captured a number of state House seats in the last election. He faced questions on how he plans to translate the boldness and bigness of his agenda into actual legislation that can get through Congress.
We just have to keep on marching from the town squares to the town halls to the ballot box, and then expect those that we elect will immediately make those changes. The reason I'm here in New Hampshire on a Sunday in February is because I'm considering running for president because I am impatient and I don't think we can count on the same old leaders to solve the same old problems that persist.
Swalwell, who is 38, also met with college students during his visit. At the end of January, he said he was close to making a decision about actually launching a campaign, and for now, he remains in that holding pattern. Senator Amy Klobuchar has already thrown her hat in the ring. She was back for a more traditional campaign visit after doing a CNN town hall on the campus of St. Anselm College to mark her first trip to New Hampshire as a candidate. Like many, she's still learning the lay of the land here. At a Nashua House party at the home of former state Senator Betty Lasky, Klobuchar was touting her work getting election security funding out to secretaries of state, including the Secretary of State here, Bill Gardner, who remains kind of a sensitive topic for local Democrats.
We got $360 million out to the states, including New Hampshire, immediately, actually, to the Secretary of State's last year, which helped. And that just money went out by percentage of population. Didn't go out to you guys?
No, you mentioned the Secretary of State.
Okay.
So that funding secured by Senator Klobuchar was about $3 million for New Hampshire to make election security improvements. It is being spent here over the next 5 years. Like we said, it can take a while to get comfortable here, but one potential 2020 candidate is already getting a tip of the cap from a local brewery. Concord Craft Brewing recently gave a shout out to former Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper, who was spotted enjoying their IPA, which is fittingly called the Govna. Hickenlooper is the founder of the Wynkoop Brewing Company in Denver, so of course he knows his beer. As they say, game respects game. So Concord Craft Brewing did a canning run with the message, "What's up, Wynkoop?" on the bottom of its cans. And we kicked off our conversation with candidate series last week with Andrew Yang, the entrepreneur who wants to implement a universal basic income. Next up on Thursday at 7 p.m. will be former Maryland Congressman John Delaney. That wraps up this edition of Close Up New Hampshire. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to check out the politics page on our website and on our mobile app for more in-depth analysis, including political reporter John DeStaso's New Hampshire primary source column, and, of course, to sign up for our weekly newsletter. We'll be back next week. Until then, have a great Sunday.